Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you'll love this vibe. And everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This could be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below. And I'll be happy to assist you with doing so. Keep in mind that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. So it's a good idea to have an empty cup when you are on Lady Noble's channel and you really want to see what's up. Okay? All are welcome on this channel and all contributions are highly appreciated. Today's collective, we're starting off with Joyride. So there is someone who wants to take you on a joyride, wants to take you possibly, this could be a connection, this could be some kind of affair, male or female, this could be someone that you're dating, someone that you've just met. You would like to give them a try or a chance, but the depiction, this picture in which you are seeing is someone, as she's reading the paper here, the energy behind her is kind of like a trickster energy or someone who's not sure of their, well, they're sure, but they're not serious, I would say, about their intentions regarding you. So, collective, you could be dating someone, or maybe you have a friend. If this is not romantically, this could be a friend that you've just met and their intentions aren't pure. And so Spirit is saying to be mindful that not everyone that comes into your presence or everyone you meet is someone whom you should consider to be permanent in your life or a staple in your life. This person could just have a non-committal energy that they carry about them. They may come off as fun, loving, very charismatic, has a lot of high energy, can crack a good joke, make you smile. They could also be very handsome or beautiful as well. Very charming. They have that nature where they can allure people to them. But there's someone whom you've recently come into contact with. They're not as serious as you are. They're not as organized as you are. They're not as intentional as you are. And so Spirit is saying for you, you have free will to indulge if you choose to do so. But be mindful that this person is, they just want to have fun. They're just there for the moment. Even though they may present themselves as if they want to be serious, this is someone who just wants to get a taste, metaphorically speaking, get a taste, get a chance, to try you out, see what you're about. But they're not on the same page as you, Spirit is saying. You are two different people. You have two different ideas of what life is, what love is. You're interested possibly in being in a committed relationship. This person is non-committal. This person could have several people that they are connected to. Whether or not they have maybe informed you of this, maybe they have, or maybe they will. But this person is connected to many people, male or female. This is like a player energy here, okay? This is someone who is accustomed to having affairs, creeping, sneaking, third parties. They are accustomed to this type of energy. This is something that they've been doing practically their entire life. This could also be someone who you may find out who is married. Maybe they're married but separated. So you may find out that legally on paper they're married, but they're separated. But they could still be going back and forth being intimate with their husband or their wife. Either way, this person has several people that they are connected to. This is someone with a non-committal energy. But in order to get someone to be a link in their chain, or in order to hook someone in or get their grasp onto a person, they have that charm in nature. This is something that they are accustomed to doing. It's a game. What you consider to be serious, this is someone who thinks opposite. It's all a game. It's ha ha, I wonder, can I talk to the collective? The collective seems so serious and organized. They have it all together. No, they want a committed relationship. I don't, but you know what? I bet you I can get them. That kind of energy. Okay, so they're into wasting people's time. So be mindful. You have free will to indulge if you choose to do so. But Spirit wants you to be mindful of receiving the confirmation. One, through this read. Two, possibly you've been having some kind of inner niggle or wiggle, something within you when you are around this person or talking to them, telling you that something isn't right. And that's just you receiving a spiritual nudge. That's your intuition letting you know, or possibly your ancestors trying to signal you in different ways. If you feel anxious or nervous around this person, or you're saying to yourself, something isn't right, but I just don't know what it is. And you don't want to possibly, I'm picking up on someone saying, I don't want to go ahead of myself and accuse someone. No, if this person is new to your life, you just met them, and you're getting a feeling or a sensation that something isn't right, well, Spirit is just saying just to trust that. You don't want to disregard your intuition and regret later that you didn't listen. Okay. You want to avoid. Okay. The Ace of Cups is upside down. It says grief, pain, hidden love. Okay. Repressed emotions. Okay. So you want to avoid, you know, uh, being in grief, being in sadness because you chose to disregard the spiritual nudge, the confirmation that this person is not on the same page as you. It maybe you let this person know what you're interested of. Some people have the conversation. I don't know. It's different for everybody. First date, second date, what you want, what you're looking for. Maybe you've told them that you're looking for a committed relationship. Maybe you haven't. But either way, Spirit is saying this person is not someone who's on your level, and they're not interested in being around for a long time. And then with the Ace of Cups coming out in reverse, that's confirmation to be mindful of disregarding what you already know, but you're trying to ignore. Okay? Because ignoring it will not make anything go away. Okay? Challenging the Hierophant upside down. It says challenging traditions, non-traditional lifestyle and relationships. Non-traditional lifestyle and relationships. Role reversal. Okay. So non-traditional lifestyles and relationships is confirming that this person is into just what I'm speaking of. They're into player energy. This is something they've been doing their entire life. This is something that they don't see as they're hurting someone's feelings or breaking someone's heart or taking advantage. They see it as a ha ha kiki. Let me see, can I score this next person? And this could be male or female energy. Okay. All right. And so Spirit wants you to take the time to go within and be mindful. It's okay to be interested in dating. There's nothing wrong with that. This is not a reading to say don't date anyone or be afraid. This is not about projecting fear. This is about not disregarding your intuition, that funny feeling or sensation, even if you can't figure out what it is. That is the answer within itself, that when you're communicating with this person or when you're around them, if something doesn't feel right, you just need to trust that. And you don't need to expose to the person, oh, something don't feel right when I'm around you, because their response collective is going to be, oh, you're crazy. Oh, you talking out the side of your neck. You crazy. Trust me, it's not going to go well. So, Spirit is saying for you to just let them know, hey, it's not working. Don't let this connection move ahead and you end up having sexual encounters and seeing them consistently, allowing them into your life. And the more that you consistently mingle and exchange energy with them, then you run into the chances of breaking your own heart and being very disappointed and facing some very challenging situations. So go within and trust your inner niggle, trust the confirmation you're being given in this read, as well as that sensation. It keeps coming through. Someone's been having a feeling. You could also be someone, maybe you have a friend or someone that you talk to, or a best friend, and you've probably confided maybe in a family member, hey, I just met this person. They're cool. They're attractive. I enjoy talking to them, but you know what? Something ain't right, and I just don't know. Well, yeah. This reading's for you. So we have temperance energy. So Spirit is saying for you to maintain your balance, your frequency, your life, and your well-being. Once again, this is not a reading to project fear and say you have to be afraid to date or afraid to meet new people. The message is clearly conveying to not disregard what the obvious is. Do not disregard what you already know. Okay, they're saying you already know. Okay. All right. And we have justice here. Okay. Justice, karmic justice, consequences. Okay. So you want to be mindful. of moving forward and dealing with the consequences. You want to keep things balanced. Spirit is showing up twice in the read, conveying you want to make sure you're working on maintaining your alignment for your own personal life and your desires. Because this is someone who is into foolery. They're into that trickster energy. They're accustomed to not being honest. They're accustomed to having affairs. And really, how I feel about far as a person having an affair or being a third party is it's a dangerous situation. Maybe we all have been a third party in our life once or twice. And if you say you haven't, sometimes people are third parties and they don't even know it. Sometimes people are fourth and fifth parties, maybe a sixth and an eighth party, okay? And you may not be aware of it, or you're disregarding it. But either way, it could be a dangerous thing to be involved with a person who is married. It could be, or a person who's connected to someone else, even if they have a living spouse. We see the stories on the television, in the media, of people becoming unalived, or they're deleted. They're no longer upon the soil on planet Earth. And that's a serious situation. We hear the stories, and those kind of situations. A lot of them, you hear about it. They've been with somebody for many years, and they thought they were in love. And a person can live a double life and you not know. Even if you say, well, I see my mate every day. That doesn't mean nothing. You can see a person every day and they can still pull it off. And you would never know that once they leave you and turn the corner, they have a whole nother world, a situation going on. So this reading here is getting dense and heavy, but it's for someone that really needs to hear it. This reading is for someone who that really needs to not take it for granted that there is someone that you are intertwined with who is holding secrets, and this secret could be very risque for you to partake in if you choose to continue to deal with them. It's a wonderful feeling, to fall in love or have a new crush or a new interest. It's a wonderful feeling to have a sexual encounter and experience the euphoria, that fleeting moment. But it's simply not worth it, to be willing to sacrifice your safety, your well-being, or possibly your life. Because whoever this person is connected to, and if they are connected to several people, could you imagine the load of emotions and people you would have to who could possibly, let me say, who could possibly want to maybe be confrontational with you, fight for their love? Because you have some people who will find out you got somebody, they'll walk away. Then you got some people, collective, now y'all know, who will find out, yeah, you got somebody, but I ain't going nowhere, and they want to battle, they want to fight, they want to prove, and then in reality, you're fighting that one person. There could be several others in line behind you who feel the same way. So the best thing to do is, if you are out here dating and you meet someone, cool. You're dating, cool. But once you find out they're connected, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. I don't care if you already gave them some of your apple pie, or you gave them some of your buttercup or whatever, and it's good and all that, because people have different reasons that they hang on. Sometimes it's the flesh, that will make people make decisions. Sometimes people do allow their lower regions to make choices for them that can be very impactful in a negative way. But let it go. It's just not worth it. Spirit is saying it's just simply not worth it. Okay. So, yeah, and you could also be someone who has already survived some situations when it comes to infidelity, when it comes to third party, fourth party, being with a partner who was, not faithful, husband, whoever, side piece, two piece, three piece. You could be someone who's already overcame. I'm picking up for some of you, not for all of you. Take what resonates, leave the rest for someone else. But you could be someone who's already like been there, done that energy. You've experienced being in a relationship where a person wanted to play games and they thought it was funny, and they kept promising to be faithful and they never did, or someone promised to marry you and maybe they didn't marry you because you found out they were no good for whatever reason. And you've overcame that and you've done the healing work. So Spirit is saying, why go all the way back to scratch? You've done all this healing work. This is for somebody Pacific. You've overcome being in this relationship where the person was unfaithful to you or whatever. And why go through all that work and then put yourself back on the chopping block, in life with this new person that you meet? Because we will learn lessons. You can heal from one situation, but as you move forward, sometimes, not all the time, you may run into the same energy with a different face in a different space and time. And sometimes it is a test to see, can you recognize and how will you respond? Do you know how to identify what it is and remove yourself? Because that's all that needs to be done. You don't need to front anybody off. Nobody needs to pull up on anybody. You just need to recognize, ah, I see. Okay, I'm going to go this way. That's the best bet. As I said, you don't want to be a breaking news story of someone who wanted to fight over someone or stick around for a clown. Someone who already, they don't see commitment as something worth considering. This could also be someone who has expressed that they never want to get married. Okay, that's very Pacific. You know how people talk about their future, what they like, what they love, or maybe you were around a group of friends. I'm seeing a group of friends maybe playing cards, having drinks, and just talking about life. And this could be someone who has expressed that they don't want to be married, they don't want to settle down. Having an affair is what they do. And they go around from person to person because when you have random encounters, there's a lot of energy swapping going on, and you're picking up that person's karma and you carry their energy with you. You can carry it your entire life. It can be very harmful and impactful to you if you don't do the work to get rid of it and sever that tie. That's a whole nother video. But this is someone who constantly deal with a lot of partners. So as much as people speak about STDs or whatever, there are spiritual, that transfer energy, that transfer from one person to another. And you may have noticed, for someone out there, what I'm about to say is very particular. You may have noticed maybe after being intimate with this person that you don't feel like your normal self. Maybe you start to feel sad. Maybe you start to feel depressed and you don't know why. Like before you talk to them, before they came by your house to pick you up or whatever, you were in a good mood. You feeling good. You're like, yeah, I'm about to go out, da 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 da. But for some reason, after you deal with this person, you start to feel some kind of way. That energy could just be energy transfer from this person having so many partners. And it's a very serious situation here. This person is swapping energy with all these different people. And if you choose to stick around, it's like you're picking up their energy as well, their karma and many other things. And there's no telling what kind of energy attachment that they have on them, as well as the people they encounter. Energy attachments, people's karma, a lot of darkness. People could have depression and all kinds of trauma at different levels attached to them. You don't know because you don't know who they're dealing with. But the more, you interact with this person, I'm picking up somebody, you can't figure it out. But for some reason, after you have an encounter with this person, you feel drained. You don't feel like yourself. Okay. So I don't know. Maybe you need to do some research on how to take a spiritual bath, look it up, do some cleansing. Okay. Vibrancy. As I said, this person is not on your vibration. Okay. Energetic, lively, strong, brave, enthusiastic, fun. This is your natural state of being and existence, male or female. Remember, gender is fluid in tarot. But either way, this is your energy. You're not on the vibration of someone who wants to be attached to so many different people. You're not on the same frequency. You're not on the same page. You have nothing in common. And as I said earlier, maybe you are attracted to their aesthetics because this person is very beautiful or handsome, male or female. They have a very alluring energy. And it's not anything that they're doing. It's just who they are. They're attractive. Maybe you're addicted to the sexual encounters. Maybe somebody never made your toes wiggle like that. And I bring that up because these are things that people have going on in the back of their head and they don't want to speak on it. Well, you have to find a way to still cut ties to protect yourself. You have free will to do whatever you want to do. You have free will, but just be mindful, okay? Because this person is not on your vibration. This is someone whom you have nothing in common with. And to stick around with someone who has let you know either through their actions or verbal expression that they're not interested in what you're interested in, it's just like self-sacrificing yourself. We really can't blame the other party. Let's be honest, we can't blame. We can't blame the other person when we know who they are. They're showing us who they are. In the words of the great Maya Angelou Ashe, okay, they're showing us who they are. They are presenting themselves, and you choose to stay. You cannot be upset or get angry of how things play out moving forward. We have to be fair now because when you're in the adulting stage, we have to take accountability and just keep it real. If someone tell you, you know what it was when you got with me and you really did know what it was, you can't get mad. We have to be fair. We have to be honest. If you're choosing to stay, well, you're choosing to make that sacrifice, but that's what it is. Making that sacrifice comes with you picking up all this energy and karma from different people that this person is attached to. Okay? Yeah, it comes with a price. And if you're willing, if you're willing to do so, then that's on you, but the ancestors are calling and your soul is calling for you to pay attention, calling for you to not disregard your intuition, not disregard the inner niggle, inner wiggle, not disregard the confirmation that is being distributed in this read. You are here for a reason. You have entered the vortex for a reason. You are watching this video because there's something here for you, not the whole read, but possibly pieces of the read. And if this is, excuse me, if this is not your story, they can't close my throat chakra. This is somebody's this is somebody's story that you know. We have people who we talk to. Maybe you have a family member, a friend that maybe confides in you and maybe has been stressed out or overwhelmed. That friend that talk to you about the same old thing and you get tired of listening, but you listen because that's your friend, that's your homie, whatever. Okay. And they could be sharing this with you. Like they're dealing with someone who's busy. They're a busybody. Okay. And you may be listening like, I wish they just leave this person alone. This may be someone around you dealing with this. This could be past, present, or future. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, your soul is calling for you to do something else. Okay. Four represents structure and stability. Your ancestors want you to focus on having structure and stability. With temperance here, they want you to work on that, focus on that. And it's okay to date, but when you receive a red flag, don't disregard it. And just because you meet someone, maybe it's been a while. Let's slow it down. Let's go deep here because there are some things that like I said, it crossed people's mind, but they don't speak on it, they don't mention it. Some people may feel like, hey, I haven't dated in a while and I finally met someone and I'm really attracted to them and I really like them. And you may be battling with letting that person go because you may feel that means it's not true because you feel it. You may feel that, hey, nobody else nice like this may not come through. You may feel that they're your end all be all when that is false. That is not true. You meet one handsome person that know how to put it down real good. You can meet another handsome or beautiful person that can put it down real good. Someone may be thinking that. Okay, I'm picking up on that. Someone's watching this or is thinking that. Like, I've never met someone like that. Maybe it's their career. This could be someone very wealthy as well. Maybe it's their career. You've never met someone who was abundant and successful or prosperous as this person. Also, maybe this person is very giving. Okay. There are people, look, it ain't tricking if you got it. And and everybody ain't broke. It depends on who you're talking to. Everyone is not broke. That's why I always tell people never mind the naysayers in these conversations about inflation. Okay? This could be a person, male or female, who's very giving. There are giving people in the world. Let's talk about it for real. This could be someone who's, they hear you got something going on. They're like, how much it costs? Oh, my car in the shop. How much it costs? I gotta pay my how much it's nothing. There are some people with a clenched fist, and then and a clenched fist gets you nowhere. Okay, a clenched fist just returns back to you. Okay, in different areas, but there are some people who are giving like that. They have a giving nature. Now we understand that everyone has different lifestyles, but there are some nice people whom you could date, and they got it. And if you got it, they don't mind giving it. There are people who are accustomed, and this is not an insult. This is just a reality of we are all different people. We come from different backgrounds, and it's okay. There are some people who got it so much to the point where it's nothing. What you feel is something is nothing to them. Oh, a couple thousand, that's nothing. What you need? 6 grand? Oh, no. Ah, you know what? I'll give it to you tomorrow. Call me at noon tomorrow. I got you. So there are some people who be tripping, and there's some people that ain't worried about it because they got it. Everybody ain't broke. It depends on who you talking to. Don't believe the hype, baby. Money is everywhere. Money is everywhere, and so is love. The right love is everywhere, but Spirit wants you to be mindful. Your ancestors, like, now I know darn well we've taught the collective better than that. They don't want to see you being taken advantage of. Whomever you are, you're very loved. Okay? Your spirit team does not want to see you get taken advantage of. This person may be laughing and think it's funny, maybe talking about you to their friends and their family about how they got them another one, or they met this girl or this guy, and they think I want to commit. I ain't trying to commit. I got plenty. They may have plenty that they deal with, that they take care of. Okay, what you call them? Sugar daddy, sugar mama, sugar, sugar, sugar. They may have plenty who they give some sugar to. Okay, they don't mind. Don't mind putting some money in your pocket. They don't mind greasing a palm. I mean, it happens. People live different lifestyles. Okay, so that could be something also that you're dealing with. You could be like, shoot, this person paying my car note. I know he or she ain't no good, but they paying my car note. I let them go. Huh? Well, you're gonna have to go to the drawing board and figure it out. You have free will to do what you want, but just be mindful because there is a repercussion that comes with that. And then you don't want, and even if you're in, agreements, I know they have the polyamorous relationships and people do what they want, but you don't want nobody being hostile because you might be cool. People have open relationships also. You might be cool with sharing, but is the others okay with sharing? Is anybody going to get greedy? Is anybody going to get selfish, and want to snap and go pop on you? Because you may say, hey, I'm cool. As long as they keep that money on coming, we can kick it. Okay? Yeah, that's coming through very heavy. You could be dating someone who got that money on and they're spoiling you. Sugar daddy, sugar mama. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's okay. That is nothing to be ashamed of. Be proud of yourself. Next card we have here is, and what I'm talking about is if someone is giving you money or supporting you financially, that's nothing to be ashamed of or, oh my goodness, no. Well, that's nice. You've met someone to assist you. But be mindful if you're staying that these other people, because that energy keeps coming up. That's why they have me repeat it. Don't become confrontational, especially if they're spoiling everybody. Folks want to fight over the money, and they may think, maybe they want to fight over me. No, they want to fight over the blue cheese. Them greenbacks. Okay. The pesos. They want to fight over something else. Okay. So we have the Knight of Wands here. Hurried, adventurous, energetic, chat. Yeah. Very passionate and charming. This is their energy. Okay. Yeah, so just be mindful. You have free will, but this person is very charming and they're someone who's always on to the next. Now, you may find out, I don't know, maybe this person, I don't even think I have to say find out. Maybe this person has some kind of sexual addiction. Some people have sexual addictions where they have a lot of partners because they have not learned how to master themselves when it comes to their lower region of their anatomy. When it comes to, having relations, some people have issues going on where they have addictions, where they have to have many because they're constantly chasing a fleeting moment, that temporary pleasure, that euphoria. And they're constantly chasing it because there's something else going on that is deeply rooted within inside of them. But instead of addressing that, whether this was them being mishandled as a child, taken advantage of, maybe this is some kind of fear that they have. Maybe this was learned behavior, or they were taught. The more you have, it makes you strong. That means you the ish. The more partners you have, So maybe they have not went through the process of developing themselves when it comes to adulting and coming to the realization that having a lot of partners is not a winning point. It is not a valuable thing. It just compounds more spiritual karma. It just compounds more energetic attachment and a lot of other heavy trauma, drama, karma, a lot of deep seated things that can occur from having a lot of partners. And it takes a while to cleanse and sever those ties. And I'm speaking spiritually and energetically. You can stop talking to them, seeing them, and sleeping with them, but there's more that needs to be done. And this person could have something that, they need to talk to a licensed professional. They need to see a psychiatrist, or maybe talk to a high priestess, or, get some cleansing or healing work done. Yeah, they need a healing. You may figure that out, or with me saying this, someone may even confide in you. Okay, your sugar daddy or sugar mama may confide in you, may come and tell you, sit down and tell you one day. Y'all might have a deep conversation of why they are so frequent with their relations. What is it? What is their chasing? They might share something with you from their past of why they are that way. Okay, so that's very specific. That's for someone, that's not for everyone, but they may share that with you, why they are that way, what it come from. It could be learned behavior. I'm picking up also, someone may tell you this is how all the men do in their family. Their father raised them that way. Someone maybe went through something as a child that was inappropriate. I'll just leave that right there. It could be many things. Yeah. A person could even be insecure, and the more that they accomplish, it gives them a false sense of who they are. The more attention that they get from people. So yeah, people have all kind of things going on, on the inside. But be mindful of sticking around if you choose to. Uh, I don't know. Just tell them to put your name up under your number up under a different name, and don't give out your location. I guess because this is, and they will not let it go. It keeps coming up. Someone who is busy. They have a lot of, and evidently they're connected to someone who is confrontational, or who, if they knew about you, would possibly want to be confrontational with you. Okay, no, we're not about to talk about aesthetics. Okay. You're very handsome or beautiful yourself is something about your aesthetics, or you being the new person could cause some kind of animosity. It doesn't matter what your age is. You're very attractive, male or female, and they are attached to one of their lovers or their partners. Is someone who likes to be confrontational whenever they know this person has met someone new. It's like bringing in another, I want to say housewife, sister wife home, or something like that. It's like, yeah, this is a very unique read. Oh my. But we all live different lives, okay? and stuff be going on, like for real, for real. Like I said, some people are third parties and they don't even know it. Real talk. Real talk. Yeah, so yeah, the King of Pentacles. Yeah. People see this person, male or female, as the King of Pentacles. And so it can be a fight over that money. Now y'all do all this talk about the economy. I've been speaking about that in these reads. It could be a fight over the money. So like I said, if you're going to deal with them, tell them to put your number under a fake name and do not give out your location. Do not give out. Tell them you don't need the drama because someone, yeah, security. This person provides security, the financial part. They have it, they don't mind giving it. So this is someone who got the bag. They got the money. They're successful. They're wealthy. They could be someone who has a lot of real estate, a lot of investments. This could also be someone who's retired, but they're just retired from their job. They have other things going on that is happening for them, that is paying off in a very nice way where they can afford. Okay, I'm not condoning their behavior, but they can afford basically to have a plethora of partners and like sponsored. They're sponsoring a lot of people. Okay. A very giving person though. This person just when it comes to the money, this is someone very giving. So this is a very specific read. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. So we have strength here. So you or this person could have Leo placement in their chart, inner strength, courage, bravery, self confidence. So it may take self confidence, for you to be brave. You're going to have to arrange, that allowance they're giving you. Maybe they give you an allowance. Okay. Maybe you get a weekly or monthly little package, okay, from this lover friend or whoever. You may have to rearrange your life, to make sure those bills get paid, whatever they were covering, because there are a lot of secrets and there's someone attached. And that's why your ancestors are trying to get your attention, spirit, your spirit guides, okay, whomever you refer to, want your attention. Like, hey, this is not the one. Yes, they have the money, but there's also problems that you don't need. Hey, over here, kind of energy. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, you may have to juggle for a moment, but they're saying you'll be just fine. You'll be able to thrive and survive and take care of yourself. That's not for everyone. You will regain your balance and your stability. Okay. And this person that they're attached to that is confrontational is aware of everything that I'm saying about them. They know that this person is a player and they have many, but they have a habit, Spirit is saying, of when they know they have someone new, they want to be confrontational with the new spouse, male or female, okay? Now I'm getting that this person could be interested in women, men, or both. They could be sexually fluid. That's what's coming through. They could be sexually fluid. Yeah, this person could have an addiction for a reason, a sexual addiction. That's not for everybody. That's for some of you. This person may be into male and female. They're very open and fluid with their uh, relations, with their body, and you may find this out as well. Okay. Mm-hmm. Everyone wants to be a part. It's the lifestyle, it's the money, and something about this person has a lot of connections as well. So this could be someone who's like they own a lot of real estate. They have a lot of good investments. Maybe they buy shares of people's business and maybe receive returns from here and there. Money just coming in from different spaces, but everybody they're popular or well known in their city or their county. I'm here in county in their city or county where they live. That's different. County. Okay. And so if this person is spirit saying they're well connected, so people could also latch on to them for the money and also the connections that they have. So They may be someone who socializes with prestigious, very connected, well connected people. Elites, people who are well connected and established. Okay. Politicians, people of the industry, people, doctors, lawyers, judges, people who may be into music and theater and different things. So people see this, they're seen as like a meal ticket. So this person has a high, this is a lot. This person has a lot going on. They're non committal, they're very wealthy, but just as well as they're having all these different sexual encounters with all these people, ooh, I'm hearing on a daily this person is just busy. Yeah, they have an addiction issue. They have an addiction to with their sexuality. Mm-hmm. But as they look at people, for a physical encounter, people are looking at them as a meal ticket. And I'm picking up this is something that they are aware of. Yeah, they are aware of. They are aware that people want to connect to them for that reason. Yeah. Yeah. They are aware. And so part of them may be like, well, you know what? People want to connect to me for what I can do and what I can give them. Well, I'm gonna get what I can get. Doesn't make it right, but yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. So we have the Knight of Cups here, okay? It says romantic offers, okay? Invitations and chivalry. So someone, while you're in the process of either still dating this person or if you are considering leaving them, someone may be coming towards you who is interested in you romantically. Um, and you may be indecisive, and you may be indecisive because part of you is like, well, I'm busy, with this person. Maybe you want to cut ties with this person. That could be like bothering you. You don't want to bring anyone new in as a connection and you're still connected to them. Or because of the information that you may find out that this person is hiding, this may have you indecisive about this person here. Now, this new energy, male or female, this is someone much different. They're not broke, but they're not wealthy, but they're not broke. They have their own, they're established. But this is different from this person. This is someone who is likely available, okay? This is someone who's very affectionate as well. And also something about having time for you. So possibly this person here is someone who doesn't, mm, when you see them, for some of you, they're short with you, meaning they got to go kind of energy. Maybe when you meet up with them to do whatever you guys do, they always have to go, they always have something to do. Yeah. But this person is someone who is available and who is interested. So for some of you, you might tell this person, you might exchange numbers or go out with them, and then maybe you might pause and not talk to them for a while. And then for the other, you might just blow it off like, no, thank you, I'm taken. Okay. Yeah, but it's going to be some indecisive energy here. But this person is someone who is very romantic and interested in being committed. Okay. So, but you have free will, to each his own. If you choose, you have free will to do as you please, okay? We have the chariot energy here. It says winning, overcoming obstacles, success, ambition, determination, and willpower. So for you who are, some of you who will choose to leave, you have a new love interest coming in. And also, you will be showing up, in a new energy in a way that you may thought you may have not ever been able to show up as I was just mentioning earlier, this person may be someone who looks out for you. Maybe they pay a car note, maybe they pay your mortgage, maybe they give you an allowance. Whatever financial concern that you've had in the process of leaving this person, the chariot is simply saying you're going to be able to show up for yourself and provide for yourself financially and consistently. So the thing that you thought that you were worried about, that was distracting you from severing ties, things are going to arrive for you. They're not showing me exactly how, but if you're concerned, it's something about having a financial concern. It's going to show up for you. Whether, this could be, for an example, through your job, getting a raise, getting a new job, unexpected money arriving, or you have some kind of creative idea. It says creative expression right here. You have some kind of creative idea that you start to work on that's going to create a stream of income for you. So, yeah, whatever it is that you're concerned about, it's you're going to be okay. If you're someone who's choosing to leave, or you're probably gone already. I'm picking up someone's watching who's already left this person. And maybe it is challenging for you because you're missing the money. This person could also be calling you from time to time, trying to see, can they still hook up even though they have a lot of people. It's this like a narcissistic thing. They just want to know, can you sure you don't want me to come over there and rub your feet, that kind of energy. So yeah, it's going to work out fine for you financially. You'll be able to take care of yourself and your responsibilities. You could be reflecting on how easy things were for you financially when you were dealing with this person, but you could also be reflecting on how unhappy you were, being honest with yourself, saying, yes, they were providing, but they weren't committing to me. They weren't willing to give me what I wanted. So yeah, so you're in that hermit energy, which is already out here, and you're going in reflection mode. And congratulations to you. But yeah, it's going to work out fine for you. That money is going to arrive and pop up that you are concerned about. You can have a bill or something you're wondering. Maybe you chose to finance a vehicle and they want their money, right? And that could be a concern for you. This is real. Look, people have real situations every day, and it is okay. Okay, life is real. It's spiritual, but we have some real things going on. And you probably like, I gotta have so and so, by so and so, it will arrive. You will find a way. You will find a way. Okay, you could have your own income. Okay, they're telling me to explain this. You could have your own income, but maybe you have enough to cover your bills, your rents, your utilities. But that month that car note is due, just to cover you to the next blessing come through. Maybe you don't owe much on your utilities, or where you'll have enough to put it on the car note. That kind of energy. Okay, so things are being orchestrated, because you have chosen to believe and trust and leave this person behind, because you understood that it comes connected with a whole lot. That when you leave a connection like this, some people actually stay connected and in relationships with people like this for many years, just for the money collective, just for what they can do, what they can provide. Um, ooh, wait. There are people who stay in relationships when it comes to money, period, just because of what they can provide. Excuse me, hold on. And the process of leaving behind the comfort zone, especially when it comes to taking care of yourself or providing for yourself, is not an easy thing. You know, far as the healing work has to be done, you have to give your time to clear out and get yourself back on the dating scene. There's a lot of things that has to occur, uh, as well as I'm pretty sure you're going to take you maybe, I don't, a couple of spiritual baths and do some cleansing and some releasing and some surrendering. But from the sexual encounters or the intimacy you've had with this person, it's a process and it takes time, male or female. Okay. um yeah, but you will be provided for, spirit is saying. Mm-hmm. It's like opening up a gas bill, your monthly bill, and you're accustomed to it being maybe 300-400 a month, and you open it up and oh, it's only $50, and then there's the extra money to put somewhere else that is needed. That kind of energy, okay? Or you pay off I don't know, a credit card payment or something, and they tell you, oh, your bill is paid already. You've overpaid, okay? And so that's for somebody, remain optimistic about your present as well as your future. Blessings and favor and opportunity can arrive for us and pop up for us in our lives at any time. So it's going to work out well. Continue maintaining like you have been doing, and I know you are going to do. But this reading is so different, y'all. This reading is different. What should I title it? Sugar Daddy, Sugar Mama? Breaking free from the sugar daddy, sugar mama. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this person may try to reach out and entice you. May try to. You don't need me to come over there and rub your feet. You don't need nothing. I got your drink. I got your. They could know your favorite things. So don't be shocked. This person may reach out and try to entice you with something as well, collectors. Okay. Mm-hmm. Because they know all your favorite things. They know your weaknesses. And when I say weaknesses, I'm talking about things that, your soft spot, things you like, things that are your favorite. It can be a perfume, a cologne, whatever. I got your favorite wine, or let's go to your favorite restaurant, anything. Or you need anything, assuming, oh, the collector may need some money. Let me call and see, can I get him back, offer him some money, So it's up to you. Okay, but this person may try to entice you, may try to dangle something in your face to entice you to come back to them, to deal with them. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. So, yeah. Very different, unique read. Very different. This person may also be shock collective because you have taken the steps to leave them because of their money and their connections, and people know that they have a lot of connections, and can probably put them on or put some money in their pocket. They are used to keeping I'm seeing a keychain. Oh, wait, in my third eye, I'm seeing a keychain with a lot of keys. They are used to keeping a lot of people along for the ride, like having just a bunch of people tag alongs who never want to disconnect. But you're that one person who's going to possibly, maybe this could trigger, even though this person is wealthy and successful, maybe this could trigger them to get some therapy about what's bothering them. I mean, they got the money for it. They passing it out to everybody else. They might as well put them a psychiatrist or a therapist on the payroll and get some help for their addiction that they have. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you're going to be someone who's going to really shock them the way that you left them and the way that you are being persistent for some of you who are choosing to leave, because they're going to be wondering like, wow, the collective actually left me. They don't want my money. They don't care about my access. They don't care about my power. They don't care about my reputation. It's going to really you're going to blow their socks off. Yeah, you are. Yes, you are collective, but in a beautiful way. So remain optimistic about your present as well as your future. Keep going, keep doing what you're doing, and take care of yourself. Later.